I'm doing a video response to hiding in my room why my love doll is better than a real woman, so let's get into it.
Hi and welcome to today's video. If you watched my last video, which 20,000 of you did watch, thank you very much, then you may know that I recently purchased a rubbery girlfriend substitute. I would love to talk about the experience of using one, but since I like money and I'd prefer it if this video stayed monetized, we'll be talking about the financial benefits of using a rubber girlfriend instead of a real woman. Okay, so first of all, if you wanted to see the actual item, product,
No thanks, I don't want to see it.
toy, then unfortunately I won't be able to show you in this video either because we're trying to keep things family friendly. If you would like to see it, I have pictures up on my Instagram, and I might be adding more pictures onto my Instagram. Rabbits ate my family. Okay, let's talk about money.
What kind of stupid Instagram name is that?
So first of all, how much did I spend on the product? Well, I spent £250, and you might be thinking, wow, that's a lot of money. And yes, it is quite a lot of money, but when you think about it, it's quite cost effective if you compare it to alternative methods of achieving physical pleasure. Now, before we jump into the comparisons, there's a lot of obvious benefits of using a rubber girlfriend. First of all, no pregnancy, no STIs, no bleeding, no periods, no complaining. She doesn't say no, you can do it whenever you want to. You don't have to worry about being selfish, you don't have to worry about making her cry or bleed, and you don't have to worry about doing 5-play either. And then once you're finished, you can just shove her back into the closet and then get back to whatever you were doing. In my case, usually Rainbow Six. So first of all,
That's all he does. That's his daily routine. You know, using a rubber doll and then playing Rainbow Six. 30 years old, guys. And this is what this guy does on a day-to-day basis. This is what feminism, socialism, and poor parenting does. This is what you get. So for you guys who support these ideologies, you really, truly are stupid.
let's compare it to your bog standard instant Cheerios. Now, usually for me, instant Cheerios would involve me having to go all the way up to London and booking a hotel for the night.
Why do you have to go up to London to get laid? Are there no women where you live?
And a return ticket to London on the train costs £27. And then I also have to pay for the hotel room, which can cost between £100 to £150. Now,
Who's paying 150 for a hotel room? For one night? Are you kidding me? You can get a hotel room for 60, 70. Does this guy even know what the hell he's doing? I mean, what planet is this guy living on? 150 for a hotel room.
Now, it would be great if the girl that I'm going with pays for her half, but since we live in a society where the man is expected to pay for everything just because he's a man, unfortunately, usually I have to pay for everything.
Nah, bro, you're chasing pussy, man. That's the thing here. You're chasing those girls. Those girls ain't got no interest in you. That's why you always have to go to those women. Notice how those chicks never come to him. They never come to him because he's the one who's chasing them. He's a pussy beggar.
So that's around £27 plus £150 for the hotel, and that's just for a couple of times for one night. Compared to that, I think that the rubber toy, men's toy, rubber girlfriend version is more cost effective because yes, it costs a bit more, £250, but then you get to use it as many times as you like. Okay, so next I would like to compare the rubber version to paying for cereal. And in my experience, when you pay for it, it can be quite expensive. If you want the cereal to be delivered directly to your room, you have to pay around £200. Plus you have to pay for the hotel room, and you might also have to pay for her travel expenses.
Why are you paying for a girl's hotel room? Who does that? Unless you got a lot of money and you really want to get with that girl, which this guy doesn't have any money. But why the hell would you pay for a hotel room? Just go to her place. Just use the ones that have their own place and go there.
So you could be spending up to £400 just for one time, just for a 1 hour session. And
who the hell is paying 400 an hour to get laid? I mean, what is this guy thinking? 400. Nobody is paying that. Nobody is paying that. People are paying 150, 200, 250 at the max. At the max. And those are the top tier. Those are the hottest, youngest ones out there. Average is what? 150 an hour. You can go less than that if you want to go really low tier. I mean, 400 an hour. I don't know what the hell this guy gets his numbers from. I really don't know.
That's not very cost effective if you
He's
think
getting
about
scammed.
it. One time, £400, or £250 for the rubber version, and you get to use it as many times as you like. And finally, let's compare it to my most expensive method of achieving physical pleasure, and that would be flying to Japan. And we don't really need to do any calculations because obviously flying all the way to Japan, just the plane ticket alone, is way more expensive than the rubbery version. If I stay in Japan for a few months, it's going to cost me thousands and thousands and thousands, usually over £2,000 at least. And then I'm not even guaranteed to find what I'm looking for. For example, in 2016 I went all the way to Japan and I stayed there for a few months and couldn't find anyone. Failed completely. Couldn't find a girlfriend, couldn't find any girls who were up for it. The closest I got to cereal was sniffing some girl's armpit in the and then she rejected me anyway when I asked if she was up for it. So 2016...
This guy is a creep. Yeah, what you just said. The closest he got to getting laid was sniffing a girl's armpit.
Worst year of my life ever. I spent all of that money going to...
Can't even get laid to over-the-hill Japanese women. I mean, those Japanese men, they're not even interested. They've already given up on dating and this guy still can't get those women. I mean, this guy is just the biggest failure on YouTube.
To Japan. I couldn't even find a girlfriend after 3 months in a guest house.
3 months,
Complete failure. I guess my main complaint about my cereal doll would be the lack of legs and the lack of a head. It also doesn't have arms, but I don't really care about arms. I would love it if it had... It would be great if it had legs as well, mainly because of the... You know, I would love to be able to buy one of those full body versions that have arms and legs and a head. But they're just so expensive. I think they're around £2,000. They can cost thousands and thousands. But I'd like to get one eventually, so I've set up a donation goal on my Patreon, which you can check out.
Look at this. He wants you to fund his sex fantasy. He can't even make 3,000 bucks. A 30-year-old man. 30! Not 13. 30-year-old man can't even make 3,000. So he's asking you guys, and you guys are paying for this crap. Are you kidding me? Don't give this bastard any money. Don't give this lazy, degenerate bastard any money. He don't deserve shit. If you're giving this guy money, you are a piece of shit, man. Honestly. You're giving money to the laziest, most degenerate piece of shit on YouTube. I mean, look at this guy. He can't even make 3,000 bucks, and he's not even ashamed of it. Like 3,000 is nothing. You can't even make that at 30 years old in a first world country. Are you kidding me? I'm done with this guy, man. This is a disgrace.